Director Clark, is there a second?
I'll second.
By Director Elliott, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're going to start with the flag salute led by Director Clark and followed by the invocation by Director Alpont.
Now please stand. The flag is in the corner. Place your hand on your heart. Repeat. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America, to the republic which it stands,
nation
one nation under God,
indivisible,
and justice for all.
Please remain standing if you wish. Dear Lord, I just want to come before you and thank you for all the grace that you show us, Lord. I would like to just mention those that were affected by 9/11. I think the whole world was affected by it, but there were lives that were lost and many people injured, and it affected so many families, Lord. I just want to mention that it's been 24 years since that day, and I remember it like it was yesterday, Lord. I just ask that you continue to touch each and every one that was affected by that. Lord, I also come before you and lay the hospital board and the hospital at your feet, Lord, that you will continue to lead us and direct us to do what is in the most benefit favor of the hospital district, Lord, for our community. And I just ask that you continue to be with us. And I just thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Item 3 is the mission statement. It's on the agenda for take a look at. Item C is the public comment portion of the meeting. Is there any public comment this afternoon? Or twice, okay. Item D is the consent agenda for routine and non-controversial items by hospital staff. Is there anyone on the board or the public that wants to pull anything on the consent portion of it?
Mr. Chairman, I have a few.
Yes, Director Elliott, what would you like to pull?
Item 13, medical appointments.
Okay,
I'd like to discuss those. Should we move those to closed session? No? Have questions about their contracts? Okay. And I had a question on the chief nursing officer report. So item 6.
and 16. So item 13 and 16 will be items 6 and 7 under new business respectively, if that's okay. Director Elliott?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Is there any other items that need to be pulled from the consent agenda? Okay, hearing none, excluding items 13 and 16, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So
Second.
Director Elliott, second by Director O'Connor. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay, we'll move on to item E, which is the reports, and want to formally or officially welcome John Lovers. It's his first official meeting in his capacity as the new CEO of the Kern Valley Healthcare District. So I will turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you, John. First of all, I want to talk about the pharmacy, our new pharmacy. It's still about 45 days away. I was just talking to Bob on the phone, and he said that he picked up all of the desktops or countertops, and all the other fixtures have come in. That was going to be the thing that we were worried about, if they were going to come in on time. The construction is progressing nicely. The electricity and data lines are all run, and they're just about to close up the walls. And so I think that we're starting to formulate a plan on how we're going to start moving stuff on the weekends, because Heidi and I are looking at the application. Heidi filled it out, and you guys are going to consent to that today. As soon as we get that consent, we will send that to the Board of Pharmacy, and then the clock will start running. Once that clock starts running, they'll give us a day and when they're going to come and look at she's going to ask a few questions, though. She wants to see, how ready do we need to be? Do we have to be ready to take patients? Do we need to be ready just with things are in place, or how ready do we need to be? And if we're not ready, does the clock start over again? That's a big question. But we will be ready once that day comes. But we just need to hear from the Board of Pharmacy a little bit and how they want us to proceed. Our scripts in the pharmacy were down about 300 from July to August. They're pretty consistent this month. But there's a rumor.
John, Director Parks just had a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Back in the pharmacy. You know, you've given us different drawings and different things and we've looked at them. I would like to actually look at what's happened. Is there a possibility after the meeting that we could, Bob, I know you're not busy. Could you or any other board members that might be interested in looking? Because saying, and it's so closed off, I tried to peek in there. There's no peeking spot at all. And so, could you take 5 minutes after the meeting? And I don't know if any other board members.
Up to 2 of you.
Only 2 of us. Well,
That's fine.
the other best member would be Ron.
I've seen it. I don't need to see it.
Okay, thank you, John.
No problem, Gene. And there's rumors going around town now that Vaughn's is going to open a pharmacy in their market. So we don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor going around. That will affect us most likely.
That could be a good thing if they run it like they run their store.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, any questions on the pharmacy or anything like that? Okay, we had a really good phone call yesterday about our wound care that we're trying to set up a program for wound care. It was a phone call with a company called BioWound. They, it almost sounds too good to be true, but they don't want a contract. They make their money from us buying their products. So we are going to get a list of their products and the prices and compare it with the prices that we can get and see if maybe that's where they're doing us wrong, but we'll figure that part out. But they are already training our providers. They will help us with our charge master with the codes. They will help us with the billing. They will help us with authorizations, and they'll make sure that we are profitable too on this whole program. They will look at our reimbursements. I mean, they've got critical access hospitals already. We are going to get some references. They have a critical access hospital in some up North California. I forget what it's called, Pleasant Valley or something like that. But anyway, we're going to talk to them, and then also in Modoc. And I know the people at Modoc, so I will talk to them before we proceed. But this seems like a very good program that it'll give us outpatient services. But we'll make some money on that, and then will also help us to bring in swing bed patients, because that'll be another modality that we can give to the patients. For a swing bed patient, you need 2 modalities: OT, ST, PT, wound care, pharmaceutical use and things like that. But we need 2 of those 5 days a week. And that'll help us to meet it, because we are turning down some people in the swing because we aren't able to meet those. We don't really have an ST, a speech therapist, but that'll help us a lot. We need to do a little bit of our due diligence on this program, but it really sounds good. And I'm hoping that we're going to get a personal visit from the guy who runs this company, BioWound, probably next week. He is very ready to come and see us and talk about it a little bit more. And once we get that, I'll report back to you guys and see how we think it is. But as of right now, I think this program, we should move forward on it. And since there's no contract, if we don't like it, there's not a whole lot of initial investment on this. We may have to buy a chair, like one of those, not like a dentist chair, but a chair, like a recliner that they can sit on, maybe a couple grand or so, maybe a little bit less than that, but that probably will be our only initial investment. So I think the risk here is minimal, and I think the ceiling is very high. Let's see, we met with the SNF, we met with Sally, Todd, and the social services people about increasing our SNF census. We told them we want to get to 60 before the end of the year. I think that is a realistic goal. However, due to COVID, we got a COVID outbreak for the last 3 weeks, as you know, we weren't able to admit anybody new. We had a few people leave our SNF, so we're down to 50. But Sally tells me that we have 3 that are ready to admit as soon as the COVID got lifted today. So we probably can admit them tomorrow. I don't know if Sally's there or not, but I think we could probably admit them tomorrow. So that'll get our census up, and we'll start doing. We also have a plan now. We are going to send Nick as our new marketing person and Irina, who's in social services. to hospitals in Bakersfield and around the area, just so they know our names, let them know that our SNP is ready to receive people. And I tried this in Catalina. You go out to the case managers, bring them donuts, coffee cups, whatever, something small. And that way we're always on their mind when they have a patient to transfer, they're thinking of us first. So I'm hoping that's going to help our census get up, and I really do think it will. So we are, yes, that's Gene.
Yeah, Jim, go.
Okay. As CEO and CFO, this is the best time to ask this question. On the financial reports, you refer to it as long-term care. All
Yes,
other ones say skilled nursing, non-financial. When you look at reports and when they're referring to it, it's skilled nursing. Are we changing the name to long-term care because it's always been skilled nursing? And I don't care. I'm just a little confused on why. Does it?
it's interchangeable, Gene. It's interchangeable. Long-term care and SNF, people call it both things. It's the same thing. We can, if you want us to change it, we can change the name of it, but it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, they're both the
It's the
same.
level of care.
Yeah.
For skilled nursing is the level of care we can provide.
So
The long-term care is those
can-
that are living there that aren't services.
can we legally refer to it as one of the other, or should we refer to it as one of the other?
We're licensed as a distinct skilled nursing
We're
facility.
licensed, so
EP SNP is what it is.
should we
But
be skilled nursing then, or does it make no difference?
Skilled nursing, you're a distinct part of skilled nursing facility, so that's how you should refer to it.
So we should technically
Right.
apparently be calling.
Well, you'll see on most financial statements that people have a DP SNP will still call it long-term care.
Okay.
Hold on, Sherry Jordan had
So
it.
it's a skilled nursing facility that provides long-term care. So,
So we write that down on the financial report?
well, I'm just telling you.
Okay, all right, okay, I understand. You like. whatever.
Okay. So we are hoping the census goes up. I think it will, and that's our next problem will be staffing. We still need a few more. We've had some of our recent graduates. They have not taken the test yet, so they're unable to work there, but they are in the process of getting ready for these tests. And once they do, we'll have 5 or 6, 7 more CNAs. We'll need to find an LVN, probably an RN, but the staffing will need to go up if we get to 60. But I think we can take care of that without a problem. If we have to, we'll bring in agency people, even though it costs a little bit more. The cost will be minimal compared to the revenues that we'll get for this. We had a meeting with the department heads talking about things. I talked about the bill, the reductions we're going to be getting, and we are going to establish key performance indicators for each department so there's some accountability. I think that, and then I'm also asking them for Sherry is going to work with them to reconcile our revenue. We need to make sure that we are getting credit for everything that we're doing. So anything that's documented, anything that's done, we need to make sure that the revenue is there. Sherry has done a good job in trying to find reports for the different ancillary departments, which will tell us the procedures that are being run. And we will go from month to month, seeing if these procedures are consistent. And also the department heads will do at least weekly, preferably daily, reconciliations on what work they've done and to make sure that the revenue is being make sure that it's being documented properly and make sure that we're counting the revenue too. We're just trying to get every piece of revenue that we can right now because it's we need to. The KPIs for each department, we need to establish those, and we will. Those are key performance indicators that will help us keep track of each department and set goals. And first of all, we need to set a base, and then we'll set goals for improvement and monitor that monthly. And hopefully we will see some improvements there. But everybody is in for this. They are, like I said, we're asking them for a 3% reduction in expenses. 3% reduction in expenses for us. And we spend about 40 million or so in expenses per year. 3% is about 1.2 million. That is almost half of what we'll be losing from this bill. About $3 million is what I calculate we're losing. So if we can make up half in expenses and more than half on the revenues, we will maintain status quo, which is great for us. That's all if we can maintain status quo and then even build on that would be great. But status quo, we are, like I said before, we are very strong financially. And if we can just keep that and keep our reserves, will be great. Let's see. We are trying to get a contract. They contacted us. It's the Bakersfield American Indian Health Project. I have Andy working with them to formulate a contract. We are going to meet with them most likely next week. I don't know that it'll be a whole lot of revenues, but it'll be something, and we'll be doing something for the community too. I really don't know how many people they have, how many lives they have, but we are going to meet with them. They came to us, like I said, and I'll keep you apprised of all that. Let's see.
Is it that,
Yes.
is that group that took over where we used to be in that one building? Is it
I didn't
that-
hear you, Gene.
Oh, I'm
Is it
sorry,
the
I'm
group-
trying to talk to you. Is it the group where we used to have our account, whatever it was down there?
HR resource.
Yeah, is it the people that moved into there, and do they provide healthcare, some healthcare there? Are you aware?
I think it's a different name.
Is it different?
It's the same. It's the
Yeah,
same.
I don't know.
Okay, so say, do you know if they provide healthcare there somehow?
Up here, going to.
Bishop, yeah. Okay, so they're not, okay, what I'm getting at is, are we,
They have an official, physician assistant there. They're providing care.
It's there.
Yeah.
okay, okay,
I think I forgot on the bill. Had a meeting with the DHLF, which is District Hospital Leadership Forum. They say what we're getting on the IGT will be frozen for probably 2 years. So there will not be any reductions in that for 2 years, is what they're saying. We got grandfathered in on that. So that is really good news to us. They're very happy with that. And they are still working on other initiatives to try to get some improvement for us rural hospitals and critical access hospitals, district hospitals. We had a nice meeting. The managers went over to Kernville for a Just Culture presentation from Beta and Just Culture. That is a program which will allow us to treat some of the investigations that we do on a very objective basis. Everybody will be treated the same. They have a kind of a flow chart where you go through with different things. It helps you make the decision. We are going to test this program by going some of the investigations that we've had in the past and see if we put it through Just Culture, if we come out with the same result. We haven't done that. We'll probably do that. Cassandra's going to be working on that. We'll probably work on that next week also. But that's a good test of it. It seems like a good program. There was a very good presentation. And department heads some of them were a little bit wary of it at first, but everybody after the presentation said what a good presentation it is and what a good program it appears to be. Had some CFO interviews. I've gotten about 6 or so resumes, including one we know very well. And I had 2 interviews so far, but nobody I want to hire yet. I've got 2 more interviews next week. One guy looks real promising. I talked to him on the phone for a while, and he seems like a smart, good guy. But we will we're still receiving more resumes. And like I said before, I think everybody who gives us a resume will be technically able to do the job. It's just a matter of fitting in with our department and with our whole district. We don't want anybody coming in here. We don't want drama. We don't want anybody who's going to cause any trouble. So that's really what I'm looking for right now. I got a recommendation for Andy Working. Also, he was working with some, that's who found me to Tim, but he's sending somebody to us also. I've spoken to him a little bit on the phone, but we've been missing each other a little bit, but I'll talk with him. He's a CFO at a district hospital up north somewhere, but that's also looking promising too. I hope to have somebody in here with the next couple months because I need it. I need somebody to help me right now. It's been a lot of work. Luckily for Amy has been picking up the slack where I can't do things, and she's doing just a great job as our controller. There is another meeting, CAC, which is our CPSI Advisory Council. We are going to be sending 2 people to Austin, Texas. I believe it is in October. It'll be Ben and Carrie. As we know, that's how we get our discount on our CPSI monthly fees. And if we need to go to this program, it also enables us to look at some of their new products and give them input on these products. So it could help us a little bit. they listened to some of the input, but I don't know. We need to get a little bit more involved in this and try to help, because some of these products we like. We are actually looking at putting CPSI back into the clinic. We had a presentation from CPSI to Greg and Miranda. They are still looking at it a little bit. They are not against it, but they have not agreed to it yet either. That we need to get our providers to agree to it first. We are trying to get an integrated system right now. We've got about 6 or 7 different programs for our EMR, and a lot of them don't talk to each other. It's just not a good way to do things. I want to get more integrated so that systems talk to each other. It makes things more efficient. There's less errors, and it's just a better program for everybody. And if you have it, people can go from department to department if they have the same program there, and they don't have to learn a new program. I think that's it for me. Anybody have any questions on that?
Any questions for John? That's pretty busy first week and a half since you've been in the CEO position.
I don't have any questions. I would like to make a statement. I had several different people contact me about the article in the newspaper that you did, and they were very pleased. They thought it was very bullet, and everything was lined out and there was a plan, and just a lot of good feedback from the community, just based on, that information. They did call me to see if I agreed, and I kind of waffled for a minute, but I agreed with it. So anyway, I just want to, thank you for that.
Thank you. I think the new reporter that had interviewed me, Spencer, I don't know if he's there today, but he does a good job interviewing. Very good job interviewing. So he wrote a lot of it. You can thank him also.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Spencer. Yeah, it was a very good article, and I got a lot of good feedback from it. So,
okay, any other questions?
All right. Well, thank you, John.
Good.
Sorry you missed your first meeting in person, but at least you're
Me
here.
too. I'd rather be there. Believe me, I'd much rather be there.
Family has to come first. So, okay, we're going to move on to new business. Item 1 under new business is resolution 2508. This is regarding the accepting of the purchase of surplus generators. John, you want to talk about this one too, or if there's anything to talk about?
I'll make a motion. We
Talked about it last time. This is a donation from Tehachapi, and I forget. Is Bob there today?
Yes.
He is.
I forget. How much are they worth, Bob? You told me I forget what the amount you told me was.
They're worth somewhere in the neighborhood of, even used, 20 to 30,000 a piece.
Very nice of them to donate to us, and I think you just need to, if you guys okay, we will start the process and we'll use them. They'll be used definitely.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Director Elliott. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of adopting resolution 2508?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Passed.
The plan is to pick them up next Tuesday and Wednesday. Bring them over from the Tehachapi, replacing the 2 rentals that we have. And the rentals can go back, so we don't have that.
Nice.
Okay.
That's great.
So,
Are we doing a big thank you letter or anything, John?
Yes, we're planning on that. We need to do something for them. I don't know, Scott, what we can do for them, but a letter for sure.
To acknowledge their
absolutely.
There.
I would agree.
willingness to sell it at such a discounted rate.
They
$1.
I have to be there at 2:15 on Tuesday. They're going to have some media there, and they're going to.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Excellent. Item 2 is resolution 2509. This is appointing the chief executive officer as a district representative to execute and submit an application to the California State Board of Pharmacy and relocation of our retail pharmacy. This is on page 66.
Make a motion to accept it.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Director Clark. Is there any discussion about this or comment? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of adopting resolution 2509?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that resolution is adopted as well. Item 3 is the revenue cycle services agreement for PM Nagle Consulting LLC. John, I think you're just talking about this in your CEO report about the revenue cycle. Anything
Yes.
about
This is a
this?
group who we have, this is a group I've worked for with in the past. And they're very respected revenue cycle managers. What they're going to do is work our denials. He says that we are probably short 2 or 3 people in our business department, business office. So they have not really got to the denial process. He was going to teach them how to use the system to do the denial process, but he's going to work all the accounts right now. And if he finds, he's going to rebuild these accounts, and I think this contract will be paid for by the revenue that we get from these rebills. I think it'll more than, I'm thinking maybe even triple what we're paying him by how much we're going to get back from these. I might be a little bit optimistic, but we need to work these denials, and we need to get a denial process going, because I think we're leaving some money on the table there.
So is this like a collection agency?
No, these people bill for many hospitals. I've worked with them in the past for 3 or 4 different hospitals where they do billing, collections, follow-up. They are very knowledgeable. They are all certified. They even have coding services if we ever need that they can help us with. They have just a top talent people, all certified in their areas, and they're very good.
So John, this isn't going after patients for payment. This is going after the payers.
Right.
The
No,
insurance-
this is not a collection, CG. Ross,
Okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
I would not agree to that.
That doesn't show very much there. Okay.
And is this just insurances or are these TARs also? For medical?
Some of them may be TARs. They're all different financial classes. They're just going to
Okay.
rebill all these and try to work them, follow up on them, and try to get paid for some of these that we are not getting paid for.
Okay, thank you.
It doesn't take many claims to pay for this contract, really.
Yeah, I seem to recall even a few years ago when the previous CFO was here, the one in between you and Chet.
Okay.
That there were issues with the revenue cycle. That and money had been not. Sorry, go ahead. You wanna make a motion?
I hate to make the third motion, but yeah, I'll make the motion.
Okay. There's a motion by Director Parks to approve this consulting agreement. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Director Elconin.
John, I do have
Yes.
one more discussion item
Go right ahead.
on this item. John, I'm asking you to report back in, I guess, 3 months to let us know how this is going. I
Yep,
know
no
that
problem, Ross.
contract got a short-term cancellation. If if we're not happy with the services, we can get out of it in a short period of time. I would
Yes.
like the numbers once they've started the services, and we can see if it's actually beneficial to us or not.
Right. And they are doing more than this, really. They're doing more than just the denials. They're giving me a dashboard. They're looking through we've got 10,000 accounts probably. They're looking at those. They're just looking for areas that they can help us, really. That's what they're doing. And I think it's a good supplement to our business office right now, especially due to the fact that I'm not able to spend as much time with the AR now because I have other duties. But we need somebody looking at those, and I just don't have the time to do it right now, to tell you the truth.
So are these 3 contracts, items 3, 4, and 5, they're probably people that you know that you've worked with in the past, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Did you want to bring these on when Tim was the CEO and he didn't
did.
agree to it, or why now?
Oh, no. We've had a contract with PM Nagel before. They did other work for us, and when Tim was still here, this was about 6 months ago. They've done some work for us. They helped us in certain areas too, and did a good job on that. That's why I want to bring them back.
Okay.
And then the other ones are the District Hospital Leadership Forum. That's Nathan. You want to go ahead if you want to present the next ones, and I could talk about those too.
Well, we've got to vote on this.
Yeah,
one.
we got to still vote on number
Okay.
3.
Okay.
But Ross, did you have any other questions?
That's
on
it. No,
Oh,
thank you.
Okay. There's a motion and second on the table. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that is approved. Number 4 is the voluntary rate, IGT consulting.
You've used him before, and is this the contract, the percentage contract? He doesn't get paid unless he increases our input, our revenues for this one. So he's working with Anthem, Kaiser, and a little bit with Kern Health. And any increase that he brings us, he gets a percentage of that.
So how much wiggle room is there with an IGT? I thought that was pretty black and white.
No, we could, right now, like for Kern Health, for instance, we get 10%. He'd like to wiggle it up to 12% maybe, which would be a big deal. I told him we have a good relationship with them. Don't do anything that would make him mad at us. And he understands that. He deals with all the district hospitals, and most of the district hospitals have a contract with them to do things like this. We have not. We had one in the past, but it was too late. This is just kind of a continuation.
If he works with all the hospitals as a group, why aren't we just paying them differently? Seems like the way he's doing it, it could be a better deal. And, you know, could he, since he's doing us individually, but all of us is using them, he could give better deals to some and not to others. You know what I'm saying? We're a small potato. Maybe he could throw us, you know.
It's a percentage. He's only getting a percentage of what he gets. So I think he works out with all the different hospitals. Another hospitals probably get a little more. So it probably is the same contract. It's just, it'll be different amounts. So because we have access to Kern Health, which is good for us. And some hospitals have 4 or 5 different payers that are paying them. We do not.
Is there any way I'm sorry, I keep trying to talk to you by looking at you, but you're over here. Is there any way we could verify some of the things that look at it to where it's in our best interest? I know what you're saying, what he's doing, but we want what's in our best interest also.
Oh, that's all I want, Gene. I want it, whatever's in the best interest of the district. And I think this is because the fact that it's a percentage of what he gets improves on us. It's what I didn't hear that.
Sorry, I'm doing the same thing again. Is there some figures that he has to put out, or is there figures that we can look at how he's treating the other hospitals, how he's effective he is, what's going on?
I don't think that's I do not think that's, I wouldn't want him giving our information to another hospital. So I don't think he would do that, actually. I think that's a conflict of interest, probably.
Okay. I'm just.
This contract, the percentage of what he gets back is one that I really like. The next one we can discuss. That is something he's trying to sell to us. And I really want your guys' input on that next one. Let's go ahead and vote on this one if you want, or if you want more discussion, we can discuss it more too.
I still have more questions on this one, John.
Okay.
How do we know what the baseline is?
What we got this year.
So it's just, but don't factors change? Don't the IGT amounts change every year?
They do, but the percent, what he's going by is the percent. If we get 10% of what Kern Health gives us, we're setting a base. That's the next thing we're gonna do is set a base and what the increase will be. And I understand what you're saying, Ross, but we don't want him to just if we would have got it on our own, we don't want to give him a piece of it. I get that.
Exactly.
And I don't think that's happening here. Yep. I don't think that's going to happen. These guys are above board. I mean,
how will we know that?
Yeah, that's what
I will look at it and I will set a base with him before we agree to anything. And if he won't set a base, we'll cancel his contract.
Okay, that's good.
This contract, both these contracts are cancelable within 30 days. And since we're not paying him anything, unless he gets us some, 30 days will be, and he's not going to, if we decide to cancel this contract, he's not going to protest. These guys are doing things for the district that they are great for the district. We pay them a monthly fee, as you know, to be part of the leadership forum. And these guys are looking out for us in California, Washington, D.C., everywhere. They have what do you call it? Advocates for us in both parts, Sacramento and Washington, D.C., and they are doing some good for all the district hospitals. Well, I've talked to the other CFOs, and they all have a contract with them like this. Not like this, but the other one too that we're talking about. They help them to get more IGT. I mean, this is the IGT is such a big thing that if we paid them a little bit of money, I think it's 90% of something that is better than nothing, is the way I look at it.
All right, well, Let's see how it goes. Keep us
Yep,
posted.
I'll report back to the board. We will quantify everything. I mean, that's what I want to do too. Even if I wasn't reporting to the board, I would still want to see how they're doing and set a base and see, because that's the only way we can calculate what he's going to get paid on the increase. But these guys are trustworthy. They're not going to try to they're not going to fiddle with the numbers either. That's if they were, I wouldn't even do business with them.
Okay, thank you, John.
Earlier, I understood you to say the IGT was gonna be frozen for 2 years. Is that how?
It's not frozen, it's grandfathered in, which means it's not going to be reduced.
I'll say it's not,
Actually, one of the
good.
programs we got 1.3 million, and he's not going to get a piece of this, 'cause it's already done. One of the programs we got 1.3 million last year, we're going to get about 4 million on it this year. So it is
Now-
increasing, but that was none of his doing. That was just the program itself.
back when Chet was the CFO, he was involved and had some report and pull with some of the things that maybe Andy's gonna be working on. Could the new CFO possibly get involved in what Andy's doing? Maybe, we
Oh, I'm
can,
involved in it right now, Gene. I anything Andy does, I'm involved in, believe me.
Usually the CFOs are always involved. What Andy
Okay.
has
Sure.
done.
He doesn't do anything without our okay.
okay,
So we've had some discussion about this item. Is there any further discussion or comment?
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Director Elliott. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Director Elconin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And the next one is the district hospital directed payment program. Also, this is SCA Consulting.
And this one, I almost pulled from the agenda. I'm not quite sold on this one yet. He's trying to sell us this. I'd like some of your input on this. Most of the district hospitals do have a contract with him where he tries to get, he helps us reconcile. The way that the IGT works is you reconcile information from the different payers. So last time we had a difference of days, I forget what it was, but we were trying to reconcile it. He would help us reconcile the information by working with because sometimes the payers, they might lower the numbers. It's all based on patient days. You get paid IGT based on patient days. So he would fight for us to get the patient days reconciled and make sure that they're counting them correctly. Because some of them, they say they're not contracted when they really are. I think we should maybe put this one on hold for a little bit and let me do a little bit more research on it. I'm not sold on this one yet, because I think we may be able to do the reconciliations ourselves. The more I think about it.
do we need a motion to table it or put it on hold?
We just-
No.
Was the board okay with tabling this until John can get some more information? Okay. Go ahead, table this one, no action taken. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to items 6 and 7. These were the two consent agenda items that Director Elliott pulled. Director Elliott, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
Okay, the first one I want to talk about were the medical appointments. We're hiring two, it looks like ER physicians. The contracts aren't in the contract. I mean, the contracts are not in the agenda packet. So I don't know.
So the contract was approved at the last board meeting. This is just his credentialing. For him to be, like, the physicians have to be credentialed. Dr. Matee is a locum. And so it's just the temporary credentialing for them to work for the facility.
So we're not approving contracts.
No,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Matee's contract was already approved. Dr. Matee is the locum group.
Okay, I misunderstood that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Motion to approve.
Okay. Sarah, second?
I'll second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, Ross, we sent out the RFPs. We haven't had much answering to them, but so we're trying to set a market and see what the market rate is. But Heidi could probably speak. We've got a couple people that called, but we're not getting a whole lot of response to these RFPs. The people we did talk to say they don't have any capacity for handling any more hospitals.
Either didn't have the capacity to handle us, or they said that we were too small, but they referred us to other smaller agencies. And I heard from one yesterday. I have a call with her tomorrow just to kind of see what they may have to offer. When you're searching for different ER groups, these aren't even ones that come up, but they're being referred through some of the larger agencies. So we may still send out that RFP. It's just trying to figure out where to send it.
Okay. So we're still working on that list. Okay.
The ones we've reached out to declined.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want us for some reason.
All right. So there's been a motion and it's been seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passed. And item 7 is CNO report. You got a question for
Mark,
Mark?
I have to get to it.
It's 37.
Thank you. It was the first paragraph. I just wonder how the mentorship program is going. You discussed that and I just,
So I think that I asked Kelly, who was the instructor, to develop some bullet points and pick 2 or 3 of her lead CNAs that are already here to be assigned to the new graduates coming in so that they can actually be given the tools and the just the respect to be successful. So that's the mentorship program.
Great.
So I have Kelly and I have Danny who are on board with it, along with 2 or 3 of the other CNAs who are from one of Ben's classes. They've been here for over a year now, and they're really, standout CNAs.
terrific.
So that's the program.
I'm so pleased with that. Thank you so much for following up on that. Motion to accept the
Okay,
CNO report.
okay. Motion by Director Elliott. Is there a second? A second by Director Clark. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So we're now at the point of director's comments on items not appearing on the agenda. Start with Director Parks.
Uh,
Anything?
I want to apologize, everybody. I don't know, when you get out of breath when you run, you get out of breath and you just can't hardly breathe, and you recover pretty quick. Whenever I walk, I get out of breath. So I'm okay. I know everybody looks like I'm gonna pass out in a second, but I'm all right. And thank you for being concerned, the ones that are. So it's just like I've been running. So I'm getting older, I guess. But anyway, I think, and I'm looking so forward to John not wanting to quit on us. He's doing such a great job. It's absolutely awesome. And I hope he doesn't hire somebody right away, because we're not having to pay for that other person, I don't think. We're paying one payment, and he's doing both jobs excellent. So just hang in there and keep looking at people.
Thank you, Gene.
That's
it.
Thank you.
Director O'Connor?
Yeah, I was not pinching his tube. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew that, because it is always tempting. No, again, I just want to, thank the people that were involved in, 9/11. I remember the day where I was and stuff like that. So I think that's a big deal, but I appreciate those that are here. I mean, I think we need to put like a few more chairs in. So that's all. Thank you.
Director Elliott?
Don't have any comments, nothing of value to share today. Thank you.
Director Clark?
Want to thank everyone for being here. It's enjoyable to see a crowd.
And I'll just say that, yes, it's good to see a crowd here today as well. Thank you for everything you do for the healthcare district. John, once again, welcome aboard. We had a really good phone conversation the other day, and it sounds like you're really hitting the ground running. And of course, I do want to wish him well and all the best. But I know he's been out sick before the transition took place. So anyway, that's all I had. So at this point, we'll adjourn the closed session at 2:45. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You might actually get out of here.
No. No. Way to go, actually. Emotional.
You're in town. Yeah.
He's down.
Good.
And So I can do a little dissertation report.
There was no closed session today.
That was hard. Thank you, sir. Okay, with that, we are adjourned at 2:53 PM. John, thanks a lot. My best to your wife.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you soon, okay?
Yep, be there next week. Okay, see you guys. Thank you.
John.
Bye.